Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back! Of course I'm back, I'm not going anywhere. Boost! Damn it. Janet, I'm YouTube famous now! Can I do it with my eyes closed? No, I can't. Oh my God, I'm in such a good mood. I'm YouTube famous now. Available in 2021, the album Dad. AF. Rock on. Hey, little thing, let me light your candle, because I'm on my who? I'm sure hard to handle now. Yes, I am. I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. Kiss me once. There are no parties here, okay? We are not having no parties tonight. It's me and the dogs. I have the candle waxes going. I'm going to light me some candles in a second. I just showed one of my new candles that I purchased from Amazon. Vanna White. And we're going to have a candle evening. And I'm going to watch Fear Street. My husband's in Chicago right now for a music festival. He just showed me this picture. He's having such a good time. And he just showed me this picture. He just sent me that picture from the music festival. He's having a real good time. Let me tell you what I woke up to today. Well, he left this morning at like 9 o'clock. So I slept in a little bit. You know how it is. You know how it is. Oh my God, I finished my book last night for Peter's book club for August. That book, Falling, by T.J. Newman. Oh my God, that book is so good. I was ugly crying. Oh my God, you guys, it is so fantastic. It is probably one of the top one or two books, top two or three books that I have read in 2021 so far, and I've read 68 books. So, I know people are like, how do you get all these videos out on 6 different channels? I post videos on 6 different channels. I listen to my audiobooks. I read physical copy books. I got 2 book clubs, make dinner for my dogs, and I make love to my husband. I know, I'm busy, right? By the way, did I say this already? I got a video up on my review channel. I went to Panera Bread today to do the stacked mac and cheese sandwich, but they were closed, so I went over to Starbucks and I did a real fun review over there. Then I did a haul on my Peter Does Stuff channel, and then I did a Peterisms video. I read 3 meditation books over there and talked about some things in my life. And now I'm making this drama video, and then I'm going to do a booktube video. So it's a real fun evening tonight. Anyway, I digress. So I slept in today, and I woke up, and I was going to take my dogs out into the backyard, and I had the curtains closed and everything like that, right? So I open the curtains, and I look in the backyard, and I'm like, there's like all these police officers, guns raised, like facing the other way. And I'm like, I closed the curtains, right? I'm like, what is going on? So I walk into the kitchen, and I could see out that my neighbor across the street was like standing in the driveway. He was like this. We're a nosy bunch over here, okay? I'm friends with all my neighbors now. I love them so much. So anyway, he's like standing here, and he's like looking off that way, right? And I'm like, what is going on? So I go outside and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know, there's like 15 police officers. Like their cars are all parked on that street behind your house. And I'm like, what is going on? So he was like, I said, well, maybe I'll go in and I'll look out the back window and see what's going on. So I go in there and I can't really see anything, and now they've moved into the woods because we got woods behind our house. They moved into the woods, see? So I'm like, I can't see anything, and it's probably not smart for me to be standing here in this window anyway. So I go back out to the street and I said, I can't see anything. And all of a sudden, it's like he and I and like one other person like way down there looking out there too. Now I live in kind of a neighborhood of older people, right? So it's like this older person that's down, anyway. So we're all standing out there looking, and all of a sudden we hear on this bullhorn, get out of the car. And I was like, what is going on? So then, one of my other nosy neighbors, he was driving through, letting everybody know what was going on. He had his police scanner on, that Citizen thing, that Citizens app or whatever. He had that scanner on, and he said that there had been, like, one street over from us, 2 armed robberies where they held the people up, okay? And then the people had ran, and the police had followed them down. Well, they drove down this dead-end road that went into these people's driveway that they didn't know it was a dead road. So they were parked down there at the end, like, going into the woods, and there was no way for them to get out. And the police officers had, like, it was scary business. And then they were like securing the perimeter, so we weren't allowed to leave our house or anything. Oh my God, I was so scared. Anyway, I was like, this is like a movie. I was like afraid that like one of them was going to come knock on my window and be like, let us in or we're going to kill your dogs. And I was like, not my dogs, not my dogs. So I put my dogs down in the basement because I was so afraid for my dogs and stuff like that. Anyway, so from upstairs, I can see into the backyard. So then I went upstairs and I was like crouching down and I was like looking out the window because I was like, I want to know what's going on. Anyway, so I didn't film videos earlier. So now it's late. See, that's what happened because then I had to go and I had to get my coffee. And then I had to go to Panera Bread, and then Panera Bread was closed, and then I had to go to Starbucks. But I did a real fun review over on Starbucks, so go check it out. At Starbucks, so go check that out. I know. Did I already do my lip gloss? I don't know if I did, but when your lips are dry as mine, then it's Luna Beauty time. I have to do it, you know. So let me get my lip gloss on. I don't know if I've done it already or not. All right, let's talk about the drama. Now listen. People, don't call people. There's about 952,365.2 receipts on what is going on right now. I don't really know what to make of it. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't know that I understand it all enough yet to really have an opinion. So I'm going to tell y'all what's going on, and then you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I will tell you that a lot of the allegations that are being made are very, very serious allegations, okay? So here's the deal. I noticed late last night that this gal over on Instagram, I noticed because several of you sent it to me on Instagram and Twitter DMs, that this gal that is supposedly Moses, okay, who is Trisha Paytas' fiance, this ex of Moses was answering questions on her Instagram story, okay? So I went over and I started watching some of this and, you know, screenshotting all of it. And at first I was like, I don't really know if I think this person is real or if this is somebody fake or if this is somebody fake imitating somebody is real. I still don't know, to be honest with you, okay? Because at one point, well, this person supposedly came out a year ago and said a lot of stuff a year ago, and now they're coming out again. I don't know why if you came out once, you would need to come out a second time. Now, the reason that they have given for why they are doing this now is when asked, she said, and I do have some of the screenshots, but I don't have all of them. But when asked, someone said, what makes you want to speak out? And her response was, if you don't heal what hurt you, you'll bleed on people who didn't cut you. But my thing is this, okay? And I don't know, like, how true it is. Maybe for her, she needs to share this, okay? Later, it kind of gets turned into this thing where she's like, because now there are other people, since this has come out, that are speaking out against Moses, okay? And so, like, her stance now is kind of like, well, I want to help other victims. I didn't know that there were other victims, is what she's saying. I want to talk about that. So anyway, and basically the serious allegation that is being made is, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. This is alleged, okay, just based on this Instagram story. I don't know that there's any truth to this, but people are really, like, coming at Trisha on Twitter and asking Trisha if they're going to respond to this. And the allegation is something to the effect of that as two consenting adults, you know, in an intimate moment, that they agreed to use protection, and then Moses halfway through decided that he took his protection off, okay? Which you don't do that, right? Like, that is really putting people in danger's way. And it's really a huge issue. And so that is kind of like one of the big things that's coming out. The rest of it, what people are asking are things like, did Moses ever talk bad about Hila and Ethan and whatever? One of the things that's interesting to me is that in one tweet, or in one Instagram, somebody says, did Moses ever talk crap about Hila to you? And she responds and says, not really. The main thing he said about them is that they're super unorganized when it comes to the podcast, and that things just kind of come together last minute. The very next Instagram question was, do you think ruining the family has always been his plan, even before Trisha? And she responds and says, oh, absolutely. He even told me I need to move far, far away from my parents. I don't think it's his family issue. It's more that he has an issue with families in general. Now, what was interesting to me about that was that you just said that he never said anything bad about Hila or whatever. He just talked bad about the podcast, okay? So it goes on, asks questions about Trisha and Moses, and she says that they deserve each other. Let me see what other ones I saved. It said, when asked what Moses said to her about talking to Trish, she responds and says, he told me that it was a joke for the podcast when they were doing The Bachelorette. He said Ethan told him to message her as a gag. He kept reassuring me it was all for entertainment. Now, at one point, she includes this. Apparently, he said she was like a catfish, and this is like a big thing that was going on back then. I don't know. I don't understand it, okay? But apparently, there's this whole catfish thing. So she includes this video where it's like, she's like, I mean, literally, you guys, she had to have been holding the phone this close. And she's like, I'm not a catfish. I'm not a catfish. Well, that could still be a catfish. I mean, you're showing it that close, right? I don't know the truth and the validity to these things, but I will tell you that I think because Trisha Paytas is so hated right now, that people are really believing what is being said by Moses. On the heels of this, there have been other people that have come out and they have said the exact same things that this young lady has said. This is a young lady that apparently was in college when she was dating Moses. She also comes out at one point and somebody asked her, she has the text messages, and she says, hey, I remember you. I don't have most of them because he really hurt me, and those specific memories hurt, but I can find some if y'all haven't found the ones from last year. And then she goes on to allege that Moses is racist and talks about some things that he said. Somebody asked her, how did you meet Moses? And she said, Instagram. I slid in his DMs and said, hey, Waterboy, what up? You know, this whole thing to me about meeting people, maybe it's just because of like what people say to me in Instagram and Twitter DMs. Like, I don't understand. I really don't, okay? Like, I don't ever get hit up, and I don't want it, and I don't want it either because I'm a married man, right? But I don't understand getting hit up in DMs like that. Like, the DMs that I receive from people are like, hey, good GD, can we go to the Chinese buffet together? Or, hey, like, I love your videos, and I'm gonna be in Indianapolis, can we get, like, I'd love to get, like, a Starbucks with you, you know? And it's, like, from 45-year-old moms, you know what I mean? And so it's like, I don't understand, like, why. And it's like the Jeffree Stars and James Charles and I guess Moses now and all these people, like, why would you, like, want to meet somebody that way? Like, why do you think that that's, like, where you would meet somebody to date? Like, I don't understand that, okay? Like, I really don't get that at all, you know? I don't know. It's very interesting to me. So, someone said, I also have found YouTube accounts wanting to cover your story. And I get that you just don't, and then it kind of like goes off. And she says, to be honest, I stopped watching YouTube after this crap because everything mentions her since he attacks every community. If anyone wants to get in contact, I don't know about that. No one has said anything to me, okay? So at that point, this was late last night. She is saying, like, if you reach out to me, maybe I'll do a video, blah, blah, blah. Since then, this is when 21 hours ago, she is making the statement about what happened, that he didn't use protection halfway through them, okay? And then it goes in, and she says to other victims, I did not know about you, and I am so sorry you're going through this. He lied to multiple people, and it goes on to say about putting young women at risk. And then she goes on to say some other things about that. And she says, when we spoke last year, he blamed me for everything, saying I was destroying the podcast and ruining H3's career. I was at college in the middle of nowhere, a total loner, and then I was thrust into this. Of course, I believed him, is what she said, okay? She said, I changed my mind and don't want to speak to any drama channels or even H3 about it. I'm sharing what I'm comfortable with sharing right now. Please respect and show love to others who are speaking out. She said, I was ashamed and still loved him and didn't want to admit to myself that it was wrong, but it is. I was disgusted with myself and felt worthless. He knows I've been abused in the past, which led to, it goes on and on, talks about other stuff. For anyone asking for a video, I'm a full-time student working full-time. I don't have time to get dolled up for a video and edit it. So this is the easiest way for me to speak out. So it's interesting. She's starting to get a lot of followers from this. I looked last night and she's gained a lot of followers. Not tons, but more than she had last night. So interesting about that. A lot of people seem to believe her and say that everything that she is saying is true and that it's backed up in other people's stories as well. I haven't seen the other people come out and talk about it. I haven't seen those statements. I've seen like some video clips of it and things like that, but I haven't seen like where they're coming from, so I'm not going to put them on this channel. I went in then to Trisha's Twitter because I wanted to see if Trisha was responding to this. Typically, this is something that Trisha would respond to, so I'm kind of surprised that Trisha hasn't, in all honesty. The only thing closest that Trisha has responded to this is that somebody said, Trisha, ignore the haters, just keep your head up, it looks good on you. Trisha retweeted it and said, love you. What's interesting to me about this is when you go underneath there and you see, it's they responded to Trisha's video planning out retirement, which is with Trisha and Moses. When you go underneath here, there's a lot of people saying things to Trisha about these allegations about Moses, and goes on and says stuff. And then Trisha posted 5 hours ago, hope y'all are enjoying the holiday weekend. And a lot of people underneath here are like saying, you know, like you too and whatever. But there's a lot of people on here too that are saying, like, really, the only way you're going to address Moses' alleged victims is a TikTok with the sound "I don't care" on it. And then somebody said, is there any proof? And someone said, how exactly do you prove the allegations? Both women have posted pictures with Moses confirming that they dated him. Their experiences should be believed. And someone said innocent until proven guilty. And then somebody responded and said, not in the court of public opinion. If Moses happens to get okay, it goes very serious. And then it goes on and on and on. Someone said, I don't like Trisha, but I legit loathe Moses. Never trusted, not surprised. A lot of the allegations that this young lady was making as well was saying that Moses doesn't really have any money, that she believes the reason that Moses is staying with Trisha is because of Trisha having money, and on and on and on. That was like a huge part of like a lot of what the statements were. This person said, I don't like Trisha, but I legit loathe Moses. Never trusted, not surprised. I live in LA, but LA guys, because I can't understand this. A lot of men out here are not like other real men. Very glad my someone special, not an LA douchebag. Okay. Someone said, people are wishing her the best. People are dropping the receipts underneath here of what this other person has said. Someone said, the embarrassing family members, Aunt Trisha and Uncle Moses. Okay. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of people that are complimenting her, but then they're dropping things in here too. Like the statement that I read, which is, what did Moses say to you when you found out that he was talking to Trish? And she said, he told me it was a joke for the podcast when they were doing The Bachelorette. He said, Ethan told him to message her as a guy. He kept reassuring me it was all for entertainment. And this person put that thing, and with clapping emojis said you were a joke. And then somebody talks about Trisha Paytas losing subscribers, says congrats on almost hitting 870,000 followers. Someone said they had over 900,000 before frenemies ended due to their wanting the 5%, and it goes on. This person doesn't understand that it's sarcasm. And okay, so there's a lot of things. People are somebody said Moses has been problematic from the beginning. Trisha was upset with him from the beginning for, okay, it goes on and on, you guys. There's just a lot. So this is like a huge thing right now. I don't know. It's interesting. What do you think about all this going on? Apparently there is trouble in paradise. It does surprise me that Trisha hasn't said anything about this. This is something that Trisha usually comes out and says something about. Trisha usually says something about everything going on. So it is interesting. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Saturday. I love you. Go check out my videos on my other channel, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.